Good morning, students. How are you? Hope all of you are fine. So, today I am going to start with the third part of the chapter, the fundamental unit of life. Till now, we have already studied about eukaryotes, prokaryotes, unicellular, multicellular organisms, the different shapes of cells, and the importance of cells. We already have discussed about this, and today we are going to study about the different parts of cell. What are the different parts of cells? So today we're going to start with cell membrane or plasma membrane. We know that I have been telling you that three parts are very important and every cell has common in them. That is the cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Now in detail I am going to tell you about what is plasma membrane, cytoplasm or nucleus. So, cell membrane or plasma membrane, it is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the content of the cell from the external environment. Yes, just like our skin separates us from the outer environment. Similarly, the plasma membrane or cell membrane separates the inner content of a cell from the outer environment. It is called the semi-permeable or selectively permeable membrane. Why? Because it allows the entry and exit of certain material in and out of the cell. It also prevents the movement of some other material and is therefore called a selectively permeable membrane. Yes, ये अपने आर पार से सिर्फ कुछ ही चीज़ों को अंदर जाने या बाहर आने की अलाउ करती है या परमिट करती है, इसीलिए इसे हम सिलेक्टिवली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन भी कहते हैं. The plasma membrane is flexible and is made up of organic molecules like proteins and lipids. Generally, the plasma membrane is called the sandwich structure. That means it is composed of two layers. A plasma membrane is bilayered structure. That means these are the two layers, outer layer and inner layer. The plasma membrane have two layers, and in between these two layers, we have proteins embedded in it. That's why the structure of a plasma membrane is denoted as phospholipid by structure. It is composed of lipids and proteins. Now, as I have told you, it allows the entry and exit of some material in and out of the cell. That is why it is called selectively permeable membrane. Now, let us know about diffusion. What is diffusion? You will be learning about this in your chemistry also. Diffusion is the gaseous exchange that takes place from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Yes, as we know, ये बात हम बहुत अच्छे से जानते हैं कि जब भी कोई चीज़ बैलेंस होती है तो हमेशा किसी भी चीज़ का फ्लो जो होता है, वेदर इट इज़ वाटर और इट इज़ गैस, द फ्लो इज़ ऑलवेज फ्रॉम अ रीजन ऑफ हाई कंसनट्रेशन टू अ रीजन ऑफ लोअर कंसनट्रेशन. वो फ्लो हमेशा हाई कंसनट्रेशन से लो कंसनट्रेशन की तरफ होता है. तो डिफ्यूजन एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है जिसमें गैसेस, आयंस या मॉलिक्यूल्स हाई कंसनट्रेशन से लो कंसनट्रेशन में जाते हैं. जैसे कि जब सेल्स के अंदर ऑक्सीजन का कंटेंट कम होता है, ऑक्सीजन की अमाउंट कम होती है और सेल के बाहर ऑक्सीजन की अमाउंट ज़्यादा होती है, उस केस में डिफ्यूजन की हेल्प से सेल के बाहर से ऑक्सीजन सेल के अंदर एंटर करती है. दिस इज विद द हेल्प ऑफ डिफ्यूजन. सिमिलरली व्हेन द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज मोर इनसाइड द सेल and the concentration of carbon dioxide is low outside the cell, in that case the carbon dioxide will flow from inside the cell to the outside of सेल. यानी कि जब कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कंटेंट सेल के अंदर ज़्यादा होगा और सेल के बाहर कम होगा तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड सेल के अंदर से सेल के बाहर मूव करेगी. किस प्रोसेस की हेल्प से? डिफ्यूजन की हेल्प से. सो डिफ्यूजन इज द प्रोसेस of flow of molecules, ions or gases from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Now osmosis. Osmosis is just like a diffusion. It is also a type of diffusion. The only difference is in osmosis the flow of water takes place. The movement of water from an area of higher concentration to an area of low concentration is called osmosis. Yes, when plants suck water from the soil, जब पेड़ सॉइल से अपनी रूट्स की हेल्प से वाटर को सक करते हैं, तो ये ऑस्मोसिस की वजह से पॉसिबल हो पाता है. यानी वाई, व्हेन द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ वाटर इज लेस इनसाइड द रूट्स and the concentration of water is more in the soil, in that time with the process of osmosis, with the help of osmosis, the water enters from the soil to the roots. That means osmosis is the movement of water from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through a semi permeable membrane is called osmosis. Now the difference between osmosis and diffusion is, diffusion, it can occur in any medium, whereas osmosis occurs only in liquid medium. It does not require a semi-permeable membrane, whereas the flow of water or osmosis requires a semi-permeable membrane. Now, as the process of osmosis takes place, we have different types of solution in which the osmosis takes place. The first type of solution is a hypotonic solution. Now, what is a hypotonic solution? A hypotonic solution is a solution in which the amount of water is more outside the cell and the concentration of water is less inside the cell. In that case, the water moves from outside the cell to the inside of cell, as a result of which the cell swells up and it increases in the volume. The cell wall moves towards the cytoplasm moves towards the cell wall. Here water molecules are free to pass across the cell membrane in both directions, but more water will come into the cell than will leave. The net result is that the water enters the cell and the cell is likely to swell up. As I told you, just like हम सब अपने घरों में देखते हैं मम्मियाँ किशमिश, raisins, they dip them into water. हम किशमिश को भिगोकर रखते हैं पानी में, जिसकी वजह से जो पानी है वो कटोरी में से किशमिश के अंदर एंटर कर जाता है. यानी इट्स एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ हाइपोटोनिक सोल्यूशन, जहाँ पे पानी का कंसंट्रेशन इन्वायरमेंट में ज़्यादा होता है और सेल के अंदर कम होता है. उस केस में पानी सेल के अंदर जाएगा और जो सेल है वो स्वेल अप यानी कि फूल जाएगा. इट विल इंक्रीज इन द size. So hypotonic solution is a type of solution in which the amount of water is more in the surrounding and the amount of water is less in the cell, due to which the water will enter inside the cell. It is called a hypotonic solution. Next is an isotonic solution. Isotonic solution is a solution in which the amount of water is equal inside the cell and outside the cell as well. That means the amount of water is same in the environment and the cell, due to which the flow of water to or from the cell does not take place. That means the cell remains as it was, as it is. So it is termed as an isotonic solution, in which when the medium surrounding a cell has the same concentration of water as that in the cell, it is said to be isotonic. Water crosses the cell membrane in both the directions, but the amount going in is the same as the amount going out. So there is no overall movement of the water. The cell will stay the same size. As I told you, cell will remain the same, because the net result is that the cell is not neither going to gain water or neither it is going to lose any water. So it will remain the same. Next, hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution is the solution in which the amount of water is less in the surrounding and the amount of water is more inside the cell, due to which the water will move towards the outside. That means the water will go away from the cell. It is going to move away from the cell, due to which the cytoplasm will shrink and the cytoplasm will move away from the cell wall. So a hypertonic solution is a solution in which the water leaves the cell. That means the medium surrounding the cell have less water, whereas the cell have a higher concentration of water, due to which the cell loses water and shrinks away. Now what is plasmolysis? As I have told you about the hypertonic solution. What happens in a hypertonic solution? जब आप किसी भी किशमिश को या फिर भिगोई हुई चीज़ को एक एम्प्टी बोल में रख के अगर छोड़ देते हो तो क्या होगा? Within some hours or within a day, you will observe that the swell up resin will shrink. जब भी सेल को हम किसी हाइपरटोनिक सोल्यूशन में रखते हैं, यानी कि व्हेन द मीडियम सराउंडिंग द सेल हैव लो कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ वाटर, व्हाट हैपेंस, द वाटर मूव्स आउट ऑफ द सेल. एज अ रिजल्ट, द साइटोप्लाज्म ऑफ द सेल shrinks away or shrinks away from the cell wall, or the cell shrinks. This process is called plasmolysis. That means when the cell loses water, the cytoplasm shrinks away from the cell wall. This process is called plasmolysis. Thank you and have a nice day. Soon I am going to upload the fourth part of the chapter.